Energy siphoning happens in every aspect of our lives, whether we want to recognize that or not. A woman can do it to a man can do it to a woman, a friend can do it to a friend, a man can do it to a man. Hell, a lot of people are doing it to themselves and they don't even realize it.
April 12th, family and friends gathered in Atlanta to lay 21-year-old Janiyah Grimes to rest. Janiyah's life was tragically cut short on March 27 when she was fatally shot. She shared a 10-month-old son with her boyfriend, 21-year-old Rogers McLeod, who was also accused in her death. Despite the unimaginable circumstances, their young son was able to attend his mother's funeral, a quiet but powerful presence representing the love she leaves behind. At this time, it's unclear whether the child remains in the care of his paternal grandmother, but we continue to pray for his well-being and his future. Janiyah was more than a tragic headline. She was a bright soul full of life, love, and laughter. She touched so many lives during her time here, and her memory will forever live on in the hearts of her loved ones. Rest in peace, Janiyah. You were taken far too soon, but your light will never be forgotten.
If you're somebody who is well-liked, maybe you are the coworker at work that people hate on, you're pretty, you're handsome, you're attractive, you have a talent, you are the GOAT on your team, the Beyonce in your group, or you don't even have to be the Beyonce. You could just be a standout in wherever you are at. Even if you are somebody who's now healing and you are now stepping into your own aura or presence or whatever, you need to be aware and you need to protect your star, your energy, whatever you want to call it, at all costs. Having a presence and a lack of boundaries is a very dangerous combination because it puts you at risk for emotional manipulation. It's a heavy price to pay when you are unaware of the people in your life, but you are also unaware of the lack of boundaries within yourself. Now, I came across this book and I want to break this down because there's so many different ways you can apply this knowledge to pretty much every aspect in your life. And whether you're atheist, you're religious, you're agnostic, or you're a psychologist looking at this from, a learner's perspective, I really feel like everybody could learn something from this book. This book breaks down how this religious group siphons off the energy of whoever they see fit or whoever fits the mold. So I thought you can apply this logic to any aspect of your life. And before people are going to go in the comment section and go, well, she should have chose better, she should have did this, she should have did that. Energy siphoning happens in every aspect of our lives, whether we want to recognize that or not. A woman can do it to a man can do it to a woman, a friend can do it to a friend, a man can do it to a man. Hell, a lot of people are doing it to themselves and they don't even realize it.
I'm trying to teach you medicine, but I'm trying to teach you about my body. Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you believe in God?
What does that have to do with this discussion? What I'm telling you is not a matter of faith.
It's a matter of medicine and science and physiology.
And I understand that, but do you believe in God?
This is medicine.
Well, I believe in God, and I believe that God is going to take me as far as he wants me to. He put me on this earth. If he wants me to have this surgery, he will. And if he doesn't, I won't. It's in his timing when this is going to happen.
God isn't going to just renew the consequence of your bad behavior.
I don't have a bad behavior.
Okay.
I just asked you, do you believe in God?
Today, what you're saying is a bad delusional state.
Bad delusional state? Really? This is not no bad delusional state. This is not no psychologic eval, anything like that. I asked you, did you believe in God? And I don't want to have someone work on me that I cannot trust because this is my life.
Okay, this is your life and you're not handling it very well.
That's the point I'm making.
You're not the only doctor. Sorry to tell you, Dr. Nazardin. That also helps with weight loss. There is a lot of doctors that does. Yes, you might be a good one, but there's nobody in this world that's great and that's perfect.
I don't want to make this too long because, like I said, I do want to make this a series and talk about all the different correlations I made while reading this book. But two things I want to point out that I think is very important, which is here on the very last page, actually. Individuals who are basically healthy before the attack, but who were duped into a devouring relationship are most likely to learn from the experience and recover. Individuals who were psychologically assaulted and devoured from an early age have a much harder time because being devoured is familiar and safe, and even at times exciting, especially if it has become associated with sex during puberty. Now, I'm not saying she herself had any type of issues like that before she was a kid or whatever the case may be, but this is why you have to be mindful of whatever wounds or anything you may have that can prevent you from seeing reality for what it is, because it could put you at risk for attaching yourself to a partner who doesn't even realize they are operating on this lower frequency or vibration. I also want to add that this should be a reminder to you that there are people who understand and recognize the significance of childhood and how a childhood wound can open up the door for people like this to come in and get you. So if there are people who are knowingly operating like this, just look at all the people who are unknowingly operating like this, which is why it's important for you to do the work so that you can protect yourself. I'm going to end the video off here. Like I said, I'm going to break this video up into different sections because there's so many different ways you can go about reading this book. You know, whether you believe in religion, you're agnostic, whatever the case may be, anybody can learn from this book. This can be a tool for you to use to better yourself. Why? Because if you're somebody with an aura, a presence, a talent, you're somebody with beauty, because as much as people don't like to hear it, beauty is currency, whether people want to admit that or not. Your energy is currency. Your money is literal currency. Educating yourself and knowing how to protect it, in my opinion, is your responsibility, because it will allow for you to protect your peace and prevents you from engaging in people, places, and things that you have no business engaging in. If you read this book, there's a section that goes into how a mental attack is just as profound as a physical attack, because once you attack somebody mentally, you can pretty much control them and break them down. And this is literally how society functions. I mean, just look at what China came out and did. You know, people have been controlled by what they see versus them recognizing that it's your birthright to live, and that your essence is worth more than a $10 bag.
If you don't come down, we'll never show you what.
Yeah, it does. Okay, come down.
Okay, yes. You don't know what is it.
I just want to say rest in peace to this beautiful young lady who unfortunately lost her life to the father of her child. Anybody who respects and appreciates authenticity, anybody who appreciates and respects confidence, anybody who's at peace with themselves and enjoys seeing other people be at peace with themselves can recognize how devastating this is, and it is devastating. I wish more people would wake up to recognizing, you know, which state am I operating from? And am I operating from a higher vibrational state that's going to put me and my family and my loved ones in a better position so that we can all win and thrive? Or am I operating from a lower vibrational state, a state of fear, a state of fear of abandonment, a state of insert whatever lower vibration here? You know, so many people are operating from a place that they don't even realize that they are operating from. And the difference between the people who wrote this book and the difference between, you know, the jealous coworker or the insecure lover or, you know, the girl that's hating on you from down the street. The people who wrote this book know what they are doing, and most people in society are operating just like this and don't even realize it.